back to Steel City live here on Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we are diving in here on a Tuesday. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. Make sure you're beating the shit out of that like button. Make sure you are sharing the show. I truly appreciate that. What's up, Joel? Kamala Diddy parties. Fire Tomlin, fire Russ. What's up, Daniel Warman? What's up, Inger? What's up, Zah Curry? Yeah, I'm trying to get my computer to fire up too, guys. Sorry, I was running a couple minutes behind schedule, but I'm here, man. Doing the damn thing. But man, light that like button up. Hit the shit out of that for us here on the channel. We truly appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not watching it now, you can watch it later once it uploads. Zah says Russ is a joke. So is the Pro Bowl. All of the awards. It's a pity party participation trophy. Mika is even in there, which is crazy work. Yes, I couldn't agree with Zah more, man. Guys, when Russell Wilson was announced to the Pro Bowl, a guy that didn't even make it to the second round of the playoffs, a guy that just fell apart there. I mean, that's not a Pro Bowl type season. That wasn't Pro Bowl worthy, in my opinion. And what a joke the Pro Bowl has become. It's another money grab, in my opinion, by the NFL. Another way for them to come out and grab more money out of your pockets. Another way to fill the airwaves. Another way for them to generate revenue. And it just is crazy to me that people even participate in it, even watch it. I wouldn't even want to be associated with it if I was a player because it is such a joke. Such a fucking joke, my friends. I'm sorry. Russ plays for the Steelers, but people accuse me sometimes of being a homer. If it was a Steeler, you'd feel different. If it was the Steelers or the Steelers this, Steelers that. No, my friends. Russell Wilson did not deserve to be in a Pro Bowl, nor did many of the other players around the league deserve to be in a Pro Bowl. It's a pity party, just like Zah said. And again, guys, I'm trying to get my screen up here. We'll see if it comes up. The lights might go out here for a second. We'll see what happens because I have everything run off my computer. I'm trying to restart it. Zah says, I've seen that Garrett Wilson is a weapon we could possibly pick up. Him and T. Higgins would make some noise if we could get them. Yeah, definitely. Those would be some major weapons. Definitely some major weapons that could be of extreme importance to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm firing that back up. I'm not sure though about the rumors. You gotta be really careful with all these rumors of what could possibly happen in terms of trades, in terms of pickups in the offseason. You got to be really careful tiptoeing around that. I think though T. Higgins is a viable option that could be really something that definitely could make some noise for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, I've heard a lot of people talking, about this quarterback situation, this Pittsburgh Steelers possibly eyeing up some quarterback prospects out of the draft, the kid out of Ohio State, Jalen Milroe. No, not Jalen Milroe. I don't know why I keep saying him. And I even put him on my thumbnail. I don't know why I did that. That was a mistake. But anyway, yeah, it is just what it is, man. But they've been rumored to get some players here that out of the Senior Bowl, they reported to be pretty hot and heavy down there. So we'll just continue to monitor that. But, man, why go out there and settle for somebody that isn't going to be franchise quarterback type of a guy? I just don't think that you should waste any type of significant draft capital on any of these players that, you really have doubts about. I felt like they did that with Kenny Pickett. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just felt like it was a guy that, wasn't something that they would be really wanting. Like, that's like their guy. I just don't feel like that's where they were at with that. I just don't. And I don't know why they would just waste draft capital on it when you have holes across your roster. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Again, guys, I apologize. I'm distracted here trying to get everything fired up, but we'll get it going here in a minute. Daniel Warman, they needed players for the dodgeball game. The NFL is becoming a joke. Yeah, they are becoming a joke, man. They are becoming a joke. absolutely a fucking joke, man. It's like literally they don't even have these players playing in a real football game. Like, why does it even matter? Why even go? I don't understand it, man. I do not understand it at all.
Man, I do not understand.
Hey, I got it on there, guys. All right, dude. All right. Sweet. I've been aiming to get that on there. Awesome, man. Awesome. Sorry about that. Again, I was just trying to get it going. I'm like, what the hell? Let me get some things up here. All right. Now we're rolling. Fire Tomlin. Fire Tomlin. Ty Simpson in 2025, notable quarterback prospect has high praise for Cleveland. Alabama quarterback responds to, yeah, that must be the guy that we are talking about, man. Again, I don't watch so much college. Oh, he was a red shirt, started, yeah, so he must have been where Robert said about. So maybe he's going to be like available or something. I don't know. I don't watch so much college, man. And then I get confused about some of these players. Let me see. Jalen, I'm just reading something, guys, because I wanted to make sure. December 31st, 2024, Crimson College. Yeah, no, he was in college, Jalen Milroe. I don't know what we were talking about the other night. I wanted to make sure I wasn't confused. I'm like, man, if I'm confused on that, I hate to ever give inaccurate information. I'm always like so fucking hung up on that. So no, that is somebody. But he supposedly has real little hands, dude. Why? Do you want another Kenny Kitten mittens? I don't know. I just started to do this draft stuff. So I just really started to get into the players, man. Let's keep going. Inger wants to know what the Ravens should change this offseason. I think the Ravens should change this quarterbacks. No, I think they had a solid roster. I think what you got to change is figuring out how to get your $52 million a year quarterback into a guy that can win a big game. I mean, I feel like that's where you're at. You got everything else. You got everything, you know, and you wonder why they're not able to win those big games when they have a pretty damn good roster. I think they could do some things defensively to shore themselves up. Definitely, you know. Oh, man, hope you feel better. Super chat. Hope you feel better, Inger. Super chat coming in. Tomlin's philosophy is to create the illusion of a winning standard instead of winning a Super Bowl. Yeah, I think he's just skewed and what is important to him here at this portion of his career, Alicia and Greg Reynolds. Thank you. I appreciate you for the super chat. But yeah, I feel that he is just skewed in his philosophy right now. I feel like just being good enough to back your way into the playoffs, staying competitive, keeping that bullshit streak of his alive that matters in no way, shape, or form. I think if Mike Tomlin really wanted to make the Steelers better, he would probably say to himself, you know what, fuck it. We're going to make sure we lose enough ball games this year that we are going to ensure ourselves one of these draft picks, you know? You've been around the franchise 18 years. Maybe you could have just been watching college and said to yourself, you know what? We want that guy, and we're going to fucking flop. Flop! I don't care. Go get that next franchise quarterback. I'd rather flop 1 year and have 2 decades of success than continue to do what they're doing. His philosophy, in my opinion, is dated in terms of what how he approaches schematics each and every week, though, too. And I know a lot of people will argue about that. And you can turn on all 22 tape. You can do all those things. There were open guys. There were open targets. But I still think that they lack creativity. I still think they lack the way to get players on the move, in motion, create those mismatches. And when we look at all 22 tape, guys, and I'll say this too, when people like this, and again, I appreciate Alicia and Greg for that super chat, but when we got onto this Tomlin discussion, my mind went to schematics, and I wanted to warn people when you watch all 22 tape, you really got to be careful with how you look at it, and you got to pause it in the right moments, and not just say, okay, I'm going to pause it here when the wide receiver's open and look at it that way. You got to look at the back half of that play too, where it started from, where it developed from. Then you got to see, how was the line holding up during that play? Where were the deficiencies there? Then you got to see, what kind of drop did the quarterback take? What kind of movements did he have to take? Would he be able to recognize this open receiver? You got to take into account a lot of those variables that go into what we call scheme and schematics, X's and O's. That's what you have to do. You can't just play the tape, hit pause, and then go, oh shit, this guy's open. But you're not even looking back. You're not even seeing what was going on at the line of scrimmage. You're not even seeing what was going on pre-snap. You're not seeing what kind of set they were in before. You got to look at everything. The variables at play are complex in it, in my opinion. If you don't look at every single intricate little part, you're not going to get a true picture or a true realization of what could have possibly been with that play. And that goes for defense also. You know, how did they come? How were they set up? What kind of motions did the offensive unit use against our defense? How did that manipulate our defensive picture at the beginning of the play, pre-snap? Those things all matter. And I just think that a lot of fans out there, a lot of fans get in their head with it a little bit. A lot of fans, only look at one thing and they laser focus on one thing. And I don't think that that's the way to go. We had another super chat too. Another Wombat with a super chat. I appreciate that. I try to answer the super chats really quickly because I appreciate those donations, guys. And that is an excellent way to support the show. If you want to support our work here at Mic Drop Sports, super chats are always appreciated, but not necessary here. You don't have to put a super chat in to get your voice heard. That's not how we roll, but you can put it in there and it is appreciated. What we really want from you is those likes too. But again, these super chats are awesome. So let's get to another Wombat super chat. Dropping a few because you don't have ads. Thank you, man. That is another thing I do for you guys. And I don't know how many people actually notice that. This is a monetized channel. I could run ads the whole time, man. You could be interrupted by ads a gazillion times. But you know what? I don't hit the monetization button on these live streams until after the stream. So that means you are getting ad free. At least that's how it should be. You should not be getting ads here at Mic Drop Sports. Now, on my daily uploads, when I do my dailies, whenever I'm hot and heavy on that, you will have ads on there because those are monetized from the jump. But I do not do that to you guys here because I don't want to waste your time all night long. So that does affect me in many, many ways because whenever I have 7,000 views that come through the live stream, I don't get the ads for that. So I'm not getting ad revenue for that. So just to let you know that that is something else that I try to do for you guys because I give a shit about what's going on with you, not just about what's going on with Jason and trying to make $1 off you. So thank you. And thank you for pointing that out, another Wombat. I don't really say that too much, but I appreciate that, my friend. Very, very much so. Again, thank you to Alicia and Greg Reynolds and another Wombat so far for those super chats. Double tap that screen, guys. Beat the shit out of that like button like you own it. Let me grab a drink here real quick. Yes, you're right, Alan Davis. Jesus is the only true way. Yeah, no spam. Yeah, guys, no spam. You can talk shit. You can have fun. You can get my buttons pushed and get me fired up. But do not spam the chat because it takes me forever to get through it. And I try to answer everybody's chat comment, which I don't get to anymore. I used to, but not anymore. Downtown John Broadway says, hey, Jason, there ain't no reason to even get excited about flag football. No, there isn't, Downtown. Not at all. And I would quit watching the NFL if it ever became that. I would never watch that shit. That is heinous to me. I'd be a strictly hockey guy, I believe, which is something I need to get back into. Zachary 1, YouTube notice me? I notice you. Sleeping lady in the house. I really like Kyle McCord. Could see him going to the Jets or Giants. I think there are a couple special talents inside of this draft and a couple guys that definitely could blossom into real NFL stars, especially the more I'm diving into this. And again, the Steelers are hot and heavy down at the Senior Bowl bullshit. guys, no matter what, if I'd have a press pass or not, I'm not going to the Senior Bowl. I think it's a fucking joke down there too. It's become a circus, if you ask me. It's not the same thing as it once was. And I think, again, when you're looking like at the Pro Bowl, it's not what it once was. And I don't even think it was cool back then. I thought it was a bunch of bullshit, but at least they played football. You know what I mean? That was something that definitely at least was something to look forward to. Oh, thanks, Anthony. I wish I had Logan Paul's money. Sleeping Lady, we got 8 picks. Browns got 9. Ravens got 7, but will likely trade DJ and pick up another pick. Believe since he got 4 picks. Yeah, that's what I talk about, though. When Sleeping Lady puts all that and you're talking about number of picks, all that kind of stuff, that's what I'm talking about when you're talking about draft value, draft capital, all that. 8 picks, that's your capital. So now you have to value each of those picks, because I think trading some picks sometimes is very fruitful. Can get you an established player. So you really got to value those picks in terms of how much value would I have for some of these picks out on the open market in terms of a player acquisition, or am I going to be able to get high value? How deep is this draft? Am I going to be able to get a rookie that's of high value? Am I going to be able to get, with this pick that I'm talking about trading off, am I going to be able to get a player of significance, you know? You have to ask yourself all those questions, man. And I don't think the answer is really cut and dry, because, again, I feel like some of the ways the Steelers have been drafting in these recent years, and some in the past too, is not the way that I think the Steelers should be drafting. Again, I know some people are a proponent of drafting out of positional need. I'm a proponent of, you got to draft best player available. I don't give a shit if it's somebody you already have, a position you already have. I think it's wrong. I think it's stupid. You draft best player available. And if that player ends up being better than your starter you have in there, and that starter's pretty valuable, you got a nice trade piece. I mean, it works its way out. I'm just telling you, why not collect as many valuable players that you really think highly of, best player available when you're picking them? Why not do that? Why not have a roster full of that? We should dump number 14 and get one more first or second round pick. I am always, when I feel like when you pick 20th and back, this is my opinion, when you pick 20th and back, I always say, if you could go out there and dump one of that pick and turn it into a couple picks, or swapping a pick with another first round team and gaining a third round or something, increasing your draft capital, because I don't really think it fucking matters when you're picking from 20 to 32. I think, yeah, you can find a good player there, man. But I don't think it's of a major significance like picks 1 through 5 when you're talking about the most elite talent inside of the draft, you know? That's just my opinion. Claude Bishop with the super chat. Appreciate you, Claude. Would you trade George Pickens for a second? Oh, he'd be gone tomorrow. Somebody called me and said, if I'm the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers and somebody calls me and says, Jason, I got a deal for you. We'll give you the 50th overall pick for George Pickens. He is fucking gone, bro. Gone. And why do I say this? It's because he loafs, guys. He doesn't show me that character that I'm looking for. And again, we've had this conversation, man. And I think fans get blinded by the big name. I think fans get blinded by things that don't necessarily matter when you're talking about roster construction. You're looking for guys of high character. You're looking for guys that work their ass off on every single fucking play. And George Pickens doesn't do that, guys. And it's blatantly right there in front of your face as a fan. He does not do that. So yes, Claude, I definitely would go ahead and swap that out. Definitely. Howdy, Inger. John, that's simply not going to happen with Art Rooney owning your team. What are you talking about? Before we start about the coaching staff, our coaching staff in order, I don't know what the deal is with that, because Art doesn't seem to be very hip to the idea of getting rid of Mike. He dispelled the Bears shit and said, look, the conversation was brief. They called, they acquired. We told them we weren't interested. It was a really quick conversation, and there wasn't really anything to that of substance. However, I think the Steelers are making a grave mistake, guys. And I don't care if Mike Tomlin goes and wins a Super Bowl next year. I still will say the same things I'm saying about him right now. Because over the years, he has proved to me that if he does end up winning a Super Bowl now, it's out of sheer luck. It ain't about skill. Because my Lord, has this man had many, many opportunities to restart the fire of this football team to put them into a real competitive place. Not just being competitive in the regular season and making it, oh, we made it to the wild card round. We needed help from the Jaguars. We needed help from this team. We needed help from that team to just get in. But you know what? We're going to go get curb stomped in the first round. That's not success to me, guys. It's just not. I don't feel like that's of any worth to you or I, or to the Steelers. I feel the only change I would make for the Ravens is stop beating my Bengals. That's from Daniel. You better get your own bank account, Anger. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be so confident in that. The Bengals aren't bad, dude. They just had a bad defense this year. Imagine if they had any sort of defense this year at all. They might have been in the AFC Championship game. Their offense is that good. I'm just saying, their offense is that good. All right, guys, you got to double tap the shit out of that screen for us. Beat the shit out of that like button. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for, man. Make sure you subscribe to the best show. That's right here on Mike Drop Sports. Also, January 30th, I'm going to do on Steelers Almighty. I'm going to go do a Steeler year in review. I asked Brian Hanley over there what time it was, so we're just tossing emails back and forth. So as soon as he tells me a time, he did send me a link, so I know we are going to do it. But as soon as Brian sends me a time, I will get that all ironed out for you guys, and I will make sure that I promote that on the community page. And again, as we always do, man, let's make sure the Mafia is showed up, showed out whenever we travel up to other channels. Matt Burton says, Edelman says the Steelers were predictable in their defense and are still predictable. Yeah, here's the thing, Matt. How do you take TJ Watt, the best defender on the planet, and he still is? He was just not used in a real way. And I'm going to tell you why I say he wasn't used in a real way. Why would you continually try to get pressure with minimal numbers? 4, typically. 5, sometimes. Why try to do that all the time? Why not put an exaggeration or put extra effort into try to bringing pressure from the side of TJ Watt? What does that do, my friends? It takes away the chip block because they have to pick up the blitz. It has what? An effect on TJ, his performance, and also takes away double teams from TJ and other players. You got to put the offense on their heels. You can't allow them to know that you're only bringing 4 players. You're sometimes 3 when you drop one of the other players back. I've seen them do that. They know there's going to be minimal numbers in the pass rush. They know if they chip TJ Watt, they take your best defensive player out of the whole game. They neutralize him. How hard is it to really figure out to bring extra numbers from that side, to really create chaos to where you can't chip block TJ, to where you can't afford to double and triple team him constantly? Why not bring pressure from other locations when you're focusing so much attention on TJ Watt? Why not blitz somebody off the edge with Alex Highsmith? Why not blitz somebody into the gap between Alex and the defensive tackle? Why not do those things? A Dick LeBeau defense once upon a time did. I'm just saying, and it works. You don't have to bring 7, 8 players. I'm not talking all-out type blitzes. I'm talking 5. Bring 5. 1 extra guy. Make them guess where that extra guy's coming from. Makes your defense all of a sudden a lot different. It really does, guys. And they don't do that on a consistent basis. They barely ever do that. I'm going to have to get some of these numbers on how many times they brought 5, how many times they brought 6, how many times they rushed just the base set. I got to bring all those numbers out. I got to get that. Alicia and Greg, I'd rather flop too. Me too, man. No wonder Patriots had our number. It's super. You can't expect the Steelers to beat the Patriots with Mike Tomlin as your head coach and Bill Belichick as the head coach on the other side. Let's be honest. Let's just fucking be real about it. People can flip that into whatever they want to flip it into, but I'm going to be 1,000% real with you. Mike Tomlin is not even in the fucking realm, not even sniffing the realm of Bill Belichick's intellect when it comes to X's and O's and schematics. Point blank, period. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. No. Canada could really motion people around. You got to see, dude, I really felt like we were a lot really handicapped this year by the lack of pre-snap movements and motions. I really do. And I think that comes with telling the quarterbacks, look, you can't do much at the line of scrimmage. You got to really be plain and vanilla. Why? Because we're going to limit our mistakes, try to limit those turnovers, and we don't really want you out there doing anything crazy other than what we tell you to do, because we got to really play a safe brand of football. And Mike Tomlin admitted that in his end-of-the-year press conference. That's exactly his game plan each and every week. And you can't play football in today's NFL like that. Why? Because most teams don't play a base set defense. Most teams are what, guys? They are in sub-package constantly. They may be a 4-3 base defense team, but guys, they're always in sub-package ball. They're not playing that 4-3 base all the time. You have to confuse them. You have to be able to come up to the line of scrimmage and have a quarterback that's able to recognize the movements of the defense, understand the ins and outs, and check in and out of plays to create mismatches. And if you're not doing that at a high level, you're never going to be effective. You're never going to be effective. And I'm telling you guys, Patrick Mahomes doesn't stand there and do nothing. That man is fucking motioning and creating mismatches. Why? Because he's using his brain, identifying the defense, and utilizing what they've worked on all week, and not the plain Jane bullshit like teams like the Steelers do. Steelers are just like their towels, terrible. You will never get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know, Cody, but we had 6, so it's going to take a long time for people to catch up. Just saying. Got 6 of them bitches, don't we? Got 6 of them bitches. All right, guys, I need you to double tap that screen, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. This is the place to be, man. Again, as another Wombat pointed out earlier, I don't put ads on this live stream. Why? I could, but why? I do it for you guys. So make sure you're doing something for me. Hit that like button. Beat it up, man. Double tap that screen. It's absolutely free. It's easy to do. There's 3 little white dots up in the right-hand corner of your screen. You could also hit that and bring down that like bar and hit that like button. That's all right, Anger. I don't need hundreds of dollars, man. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Here we go. Wave those terrible towels. Mark Malone says dudes were prancing around like a bunch of fairies pre-snap. I like movements, man. I like movements, but I think the movements, Mark, have to be with a purpose. They have to be with a real something that matters in mind when you're moving around. I'll be honest, when I listen on the daily, I have an ad blocker. That's why I throw a few just to make sure you get. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. Miss Pittsburgh is in the building. Let's go. Also, if you are a YouTube Premium member, if you have YouTube Premium, you get so much off of that because you don't get ads if you're YouTube Premium. Miss Pittsburgh is in the building. I love it. Yes, listen to Miss Pittsburgh, guys. Hit the shit out of that like button. We need one more to hit 30. Let's hit 30 real quick. Somebody do me a solid and double tap that screen. Get us up to 30. You sound sick, brother. I'm not sick. No. I was out in the yard again today too. Sometimes I've been having like some allergy stuff here as I get older, so sometimes I'm like nasally. Wave that terrible towel. Brazil from Cleaton. Steelers quarterback will be Cam Newton next year. Yeah, I'm looking for Cam to be that guy. I feel like he's going to be that solid guy under center next year. Another Wombat. There seems to be a rumor going around that Fields or Russ is going to be a backup rather than a starter. The Steelers are supposedly in the hunt for someone. I'm not sure who, LOL, but rumors. I think they're in the hunt for maybe somebody through the draft. But we got to be real with ourselves about the landscape of the quarterback position right now. And honestly, Justin Fields might be your best bet. What are you going to do? Go out and get a guy like a Kirk Cousins or something? You know what I mean? Those guys don't work either. You saw that with Russ. I thought Russ would really be valuable, and I thought Russ was valuable for one thing, and I still do think he is valuable for one thing. I think it allowed Justin to reset, and I think that maybe giving Justin a chance wouldn't be a bad idea. I really don't. And I'm not saying he has to be your long-term answer, but give the young man a chance with some real weapons. Go out there, get him some real weapons. Really allow him to play. Don't make him play conservative. Don't make him live in fear of turnovers. Just allow him to go out there with some weapons, play loose, fast, and free, baby, and see what he can do. You want that running element in your offense? You got it with him. You want that big arm in your offense? You got it with him. Allow him, though, to get comfortable. And one good thing the Steelers got working for him that a lot of fans are going to discount, a lot of fans are going to say, well, look at 2024. That wasn't the case, is their offensive line is going to get really good over the next couple seasons. And you can bank on that. And remember, I told you. Their offensive line is going to get really, 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 really good over the next couple years. I'm telling you now. Zach Frazier should have been a fucking Pro Bowler. That kid's a stud. What he did this season was phenomenal for a rookie. Mason McCormick is going to turn into a real star at the guard position. Troy Fautanu is going to develop. Broderick Jones will bounce back next year at left tackle. You're going to be getting rid of Dan Moore. They're going to figure out how to replace Isaac Seumalo, in my opinion. I just feel like they're going to figure out how to get younger there. And they don't have too many holes on that offensive line. Not as many as people think they have. I'm just warning you. Caution. The Steelers will have a fantastic offensive line in the next year or two. Period. I'm telling you, take it to the bank. Steve Winters, what's up? How do you, we won, man. I do a lot of solids for our kids, though, man. I try to make sure all our kids get in and play. Everybody gets their good time. But I got to say, we got a good group of kids, man. From top to bottom. They are just all, they support each other. They're all cool with each other. Nobody's like bad-mouthing each other. They're a solid group of 8 kids, man. And we got boys and girls on our team. And they cheer for each other, man. They're supportive. They play hard. And honestly, when they get rolling and they've played a few games and they've not had a few breaks like they had over Christmas and shit, once they get moving a little bit and get going, they're a very tough little ball club to beat. So it went really well. We won. I don't ever embarrass teams, though. I don't ever try to run up scores on teams or anything. I try not to do that to the best of my ability because I try to, I don't know, try to be a good sport. So maybe I'm wrong in my coaching, but they're 10 years old, man. They kick ass. We'll just say that. But thank you, Steve, for asking about that. I appreciate you remembering something I do. Kamala Diddy parties, here we go. Trade Pickens, he's trash. I agree. I don't think he's trash athletically. I do think he's trash, though. I do think he's trash in other ways. Oh, son of a bitch. Let me get back up here. I've been reading a lot about what Mr. Rooney is saying, and he doesn't seem like he wants to trade Pickens. That's from Steve Winters. I think you guys are reading a little. That's the second comment I got about that. I think you guys are reading into a little bit too much of Rooney's comments. I think all he said is George has to grow. George has to start growing, that there's a lot of room for growth there. And I think you can interpret that one or two ways, that they are wanting to work with him and allow him to grow, or you could interpret it as, hey, he ain't got many more chances to start growing, start making strides. So I don't know. I think the fan base might be taking a little bit too much out of that. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. I don't talk to Mr. Rooney, so I wouldn't definitively know. But I think that I think he's on one of his last couple tries. Let's be honest, nobody wanted to see this rematch in the Super Bowl. These two are probably the two most hated teams in the NFL, and it's a rematch from 2 years ago. We have already saw it. I didn't want to see it, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I didn't want to see it for sure. Ian says, who do you think is going to win, Eagles or Chiefs? I think the Eagles are going to win. Mike Miller, who's going to be the new QB in 2025. I don't know yet, man. I do not know yet. Do not know. We'll see what happens, though. Meech, the Bengals just beat the Steelers. Yeah. It's over now. What's the matter? It didn't benefit you guys any. Didn't benefit the Bengals. Didn't benefit the Steelers. Didn't hurt them in any way. It didn't matter. Another Wombat. I don't think you're getting a second for Pickens. I don't either. I think people see his troubles, man. I would too. Downtown today is the 1974 draft class of Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, Mike Webster, and the ever-comparable Mr. Jack Lambert. Hell's freaking yeah, Yuns. Hell yeah. Was the draft on this day, 1974? That's pretty cool, man. That's probably one of the best drafts ever. Ever. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Meech. Not sure, bro. Chris Baird says Pickens needs another top-notch receiver to help. He's not trash. We need a quarterback who can go through and learn their routes. I think there's more to it than that, Chris. Not to be ignorant to you. I'm not trying to dog you. That's a pretty simplistic comment, in my opinion. I think there's a lot more to what you're talking about in terms of complexities. The quarterbacks know the fucking routes, bro. Let's be honest. They're quarterbacks in the NFL. They know the routes. And if they don't, I don't know how they're a quarterback at the NFL level. But I don't think bringing anybody in is going to really help much with George. I really don't. I think bringing in another top flight wide receiver to help George out will do one thing. It'll piss George Pickens off, and he'll even be lazier than he already is because he won't be getting those targets, because you're going to bring another guy in that works his fucking ass off and plays 100% every damn play and is going to get the quarterback's attention and respect and the targets. And then that's going to piss off whiny George. Oh, Georgie. Oh, wah. Go Sixers. I wanted to see this game. Go Birds. Yeah, I'm sure you Eagles fans and Chiefs fans did want to see this game. No doubt. No doubt about it. Yeah, thanks Inger, for deleting that idiot Mike Loop Polo. Appreciate that. All right, guys, make sure you're double tapping that screen. I appreciate it. I need 7 more of you to hit that like button real quick. Let's get up to 40 likes. We're always trying to get to 100 likes here on the live stream. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm. I truly, truly appreciate it. Again, we are thriving off the likes. We don't put no ads in the content. I'm only saying that tonight because Wombat brought it up to me. I won't say it too much moving forward, but we try to do that for you guys. So smash that like button for us, man. If we can't start getting consistently like 60, 70 likes, then I might have to turn the ads on, which sucks. I don't want to turn the ads on. But when we like it up, magnifique. Art is making money. He doesn't care. That's what this is about. Yeah, man, their family's pretty loaded. Theo Jarty, or whatever the hell your name is. Wrong. Tomlin is great in all capital letters. We've been awful recently, but that doesn't simply fall on Tomlin. He's done more with less, and we will start winning again very soon. You're wrong, bro. Theo, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Your comment's wrong, and I don't tell commenters you're dead wrong often, but you're dead wrong. Your comment is that of one of which is a Tomlin apologist. One of which makes no sense to me. It just is highly inaccurate. And I've pointed out many times why Tomlin is wrong for this football team. My friend Theo, he does not adjust in any way, shape, or form. He brings an archaic style to the X's and O's schematically. He hires people that are yes men, ass kissers, that aren't going to challenge him in any way. Mike Tomlin is a cancer to this football team. And I say a cancer, why? Because he has this team perpetually stuck in mediocrity. And the people that are out there telling you, oh, be happy. You get 9 to 10 wins a season. If you want to be a loser and that wants to be you want that to be your mind frame, by all means, be that loser. But winners don't do that. And I'm just telling you, Theo, the man is a cancer. The man has been an issue. He has never won with the team that he has helped construct. He won with Cowher's team at the very start of his head coaching career. He won with Cowher's team, point blank, period. I didn't want to say that about Mike because that's not fair to say about him when he first started into the league. You got to give the guy a chance. But after 18 years of watching it, I'm sorry, man. He's had the opportunities. He knew the writing was on the wall with Ben Roethlisberger, knowing he was coming to the end of his career, but yet did nothing about it. Yet pushed for nothing else other than to ride it out, man, like Ben was going to play forever. He understood the deficiencies this football team's had for the last decade, but yet refuses to fix it schematically. Refuses to fix it with what? Drafting best player available, getting high character guys in there. It seems to just be a lot of fucking people that want to be I, my stats, my shit. That's what it seems like the Steelers are. Not everywhere, just in some spots. I don't know. I can't get on board with it. JG Black, not again. Go Sixers. You guys need a QB. Until then, nothing can be fixed. I agree. Quarterback is the one thing you have to have, but you got to start up front. And I think the Steelers did do an excellent job in this with Omar Khan. Once Omar Khan got in there with Andy Weidel, I think they have put an emphasis on the offensive line, and that's what gets your offense going the most. Because if you don't have that, you can't, no matter what quarterback you put back there, it ain't going to matter. It don't matter. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. And I think that this offensive line will be really good over the next couple years. Kenny Wilson, y'all might need to get a Commanders assistant coach next year. I don't know, buddy. Sleeping Lady, I'm excited about this draft year. This is Constar Draft, praying for big playmakers, smart players, professional players. I am too, man. I am too. They got to have a big one. We need it. Well, the Steelers need it. It's not Tomlin. It's the players who are no longer humble, workhorse players who hurt their PIKY and out for 3 games, or hurt their pinky and out for 3 games. Nah, bro. Tomlin's got to. Guys, why does some people in the fan base, why do some people that watch football feel like you can't put blame like this on the head coach? Aren't you the head guy? So if I was the head guy at fucking Microsoft and I'm running that company and it's going into the fucking ground and it's just mediocre and nothing I put out anymore is special, nothing I do anymore is great, who's the blame going to fall on? The head fucking guy. Just saying, guys. Will you be live for that on January 30th? Yeah. Again, once Brian gives me time, I believe it's live. I think we're not shooting it, but I will let you guys know. We'll see. I thought it was a live event. We'll see. Maybe it's not. I'll have to see. But I know January 30th, I'm going to film with them, I think. So I'll let you guys know. I'm very transparent. I like to give you guys all the details all the time of everything I got brewing. Again, I have emails out to some other people. I don't know why they haven't answered. They're not people that typically you see do all these live streams all the time. But they're people that work for like the newspapers and shit that cover the Steelers. One of them said they would love, well, two of them. And I'm still trying to get that to happen too. So I'm trying to get some things for this summer worked out also. I'm going to try to see if I can get Merrill Hodge to come back on, talk Steelers. That was a pretty fun one to do. I'm going to see if that'll happen. And try to do some other things, see if I can get some other people that you guys might like. But I try to be real honest and try to tell you everything I'm working on all the time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Myles Garrett sucks. Who you got in the Super Bowl? Eagles. If Tomlin is such a defensive mind, this is from Downtown John Broadway, why didn't he learn anything from the real defensive master, Dick LeBeau? Amen, my friend. Amen, Downtown. I love the comment, bro. I'm looking for it because I'm going to pin that bitch. I love it. Why didn't he? Why didn't he? I don't know. Where'd your comment go, Downtown? There it is. I'm pinning your comment up there, Downtown. Dodge a bullet, Inger. Donald Brown, the best defensive coordinator in the world. Donald Brown's in the house. The defensive coordinator didn't make no adjustments with that secondary they had. Didn't move. And they zoned up against fast-paced teams all through the whole entire season and got rocked. I agree, Donald. Chris, I didn't see too many corner blitzing this year. No, you didn't. You didn't see any real blitzes this year. The Steelers probably was one of the fewest blitzes percentage-wise in the league. Edelman and Brady were laughing about how Tomlin still does the same stuff he did again. Yeah, dude, what an embarrassment. You got Hall of Fame type player like Tom Brady making fun of you, dude, on TV. Making fun of you because you're fucking shitty at your job. And yet fans want to defend that? They used to laugh at him back then too. Yeah, they did, Mark. They laughed at him all the... I laugh at him. I laugh at him. I'm sure many of you do too. All right, guys, light that like button up for me here on Steel City Live. We're going to keep rolling through here on a Tuesday. Sleeping Lady, go get grunts, hard workers, tough mentality. SB, should be a required prerequisite. We need a bully line to run hard, win the way we can win. To win in the run game, especially they must win at the line. Yeah, if you're going to have Mike Tomlin's philosophy of playing football, you got to have mean fucking guys, man. You got to be mean as shit. You got to have fighters out there, guys that want to rip your face off. That's how you win the brand of football Mike Tomlin wants to put out there. But guess what, guys? The league is soft. The rules are tailored in a way that you can't play that brand of football. Is Mike Tomlin a fucking idiot? Oh, yeah. To answer my own question, yes. Go Birds from Shane. Steve Winters, what's up, Jason? Do you like the Super Bowl, my friend? I do like the Super Bowl. I do. I watch the Super Bowl every year. Jamal says, are you doing a show with Big B on Steelers Almighty pretty soon? Yeah, it's supposed to be January 30th, Brian said. So we'll see. I like to always help out other creators that do this Steelers stuff or do football stuff. I if anybody ever asks me, I am always willing to do that. Always. To lend a helping hand, to fill some content spots. Yeah, I'm always down for that, man. I never, I don't think I'd ever turn anybody down. Even if it's somebody that's just starting out, I'd definitely even do that. Even if it's somebody that's got like 100 subscribers, if they want me to come on, man, I'll do it. Why? Because I know what it's like to start something from scratch, and that's what we did here at Mike Drop Sports. We started something from scratch, and here we are, almost 5,000 subscribers. We do really well. Having a good time. Got a great group of you guys that are centered around, that this whole thing's centered around, and definitely pretty blessed, man. And it takes a lot of hard work, though, a lot of streaming, well, you can't even live stream until you hit, I think it's like 3,000 subscribers or something. No, 1,000 subscribers, I think. Yeah, I think you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be able to live stream. I think that gets you monetized too. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you only have to have 500 subscribers and 1,000 hours of watch time. Maybe that's it. I can't remember. It's been a while since I was crossing those milestones, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I always try to do that kind of stuff. Brian says Tomlin has to go from Brian Waterman, Miles Herbert, Hurts, FTW. John Broadway, I know one damn thing. I'd end this celebrity run into the end zone BS. I blame Mark Gastineau for all this hoopla. Just strap on your helmet and play ball. The celebratory run into the end zone BS. Yeah. I like the hard-nosed play ball type shit. I ain't much for the dramatics at all. Craig Werlow, don't understand why defense was so vanilla and not moving TJ and others around. Yeah, and TJ has to be open to that also. You know what I mean? So definitely, why is your team defensively vanilla and schematically playing defensively when your head coach is a defensive guy that came from defensive roots? That should be another big question. That makes you really wonder what the fuck is going on, man. What the hell is going on? Whew, sorry guys, I just got out of the shower. I had my old hat on. Chris, Dylan and Gabriel from Oregon. I'm not sure who he was talking about. Chris, he's going to be picked up before y'all get your pick. Oh, Dylan Gabriel from Oregon is what Chris says. Yeah, again, the draft is so hard to predict, guys. You don't know who's going to be there when you pick, man. It is so hard to predict. And again, the Steelers are going to reach for a player. They're going to go for a positional need, and they're going to reach for a player, and you're going to get another fucking Terrell Edmonds, Jarvis Jones, Najee fucking Harris. That's what you're going to get. Mediocrity. Justin Grew this year. D. Wash is a fucking beast and needs to be number one tight end. Start throwing the ball to GP 12 times. Mix some Jalen Warren in there, and we got a championship squad. Hey, I wish it was that easy, brother. I wish it was that easy. GP, you could throw it to him 12 times, but what does he do on the other 50 snaps? That's the question with GP, Jamal. What does he do in the other 50 snaps? If you're going to be a true number one, a true superior talent at the wide receiver spot, what is your main job? It's not catching passes. What is your main job? It's to draw attention, draw double teams, draw the defense to you. Why? To create wide open opportunities for other players. And that's what you need to do. You got to have an unselfish guy at that position. A guy that understands he's going to get his 10, 12 targets a game, but he's got to play 1,000% each and every other snap. And if he doesn't do that, then what the fuck is he there for? It doesn't matter. Because his 10 or 12 balls don't mean enough. He's got to give 100% each and every snap. He's got to make a difference each play. That's what Hall of Fame type players, great players, that's what they do. They make a difference every play, whether it shows up on the stat sheet or not. Today you sound good. Thanks, Monty. R. Lorella, Chargers Bolt Nation in the house. Za Curry, best Steelers chat. Thank you, Za. Damn, dude, my chat moved again over here. Guys, I have no clue where we're at. Holy shit. Yeah, throw him the ball. That's what Keyshawn would say. QB dart from Ole Miss. GP haters. I'm a GP hater, man, and I have reasons. I have valid reasons. I don't just come and say you should like a guy or you should hate a player or you should what. I don't tell you what you should think. I'm telling you what I think, and I come armed with reasons why. I just don't spit it out there and say GP sucks, and that's what I leave it at. I don't say that. I give reasons why he does good on certain things, why he's not so good, why he isn't a collective, though, as a collective of all the things that he's supposed to be doing, why he's not a good player. What's up, Russ? Hey, man, I hope you are recovering well, and I just seen your thing here today, and I hope you didn't get too messed up in your accent, man. Prayers for you, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, here's my buddy. Too evil, too hope. Tomlin has never gotten a fair chance to build a team. Oh, God. Yes. Jeez. Jeez, oh, whiz. You don't fix lazy Steve. Those types of guys are so fucking selfish, man. They're not built for the team. I don't know, Lennon. I don't know. Najee sucks, Riley. Just saying. Hey, guys, we've been going for almost an hour. I'm going to wrap it up, man. Again, thank you for the super chats. My voice is starting to hurt. So when you talk for an hour by yourself, it kind of sucks. So that's why I like to have Sean on and other people sometimes. Just hurts your voice after a while. So got to drink a lot of H2O. But anyway, hey, I didn't even give no flags out tonight. Damn it. We had some really dumb comments on about Tomlin, too. Man, I should have threw it on that one dude. Theo. Theo gets a flag. I forgot about that. All right, guys, thank you. I'm going to wrap it up, man. Great show, as always, in my opinion, because of you guys. You guys make it so much fun. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about the Super Bowl. And I want to talk about it in a little bit of detail. I want to look at that in a little bit of detail. And again, I'm going to continue looking through these college players. And I am going to probably start to do some mock drafts in the next week or two. And also, I'm going to start preparing to really break down the Steelers year here really, really soon here. We're going to do it here too. I am going to go over on Steelers Almighty and do it over there on the 30th. Again, I don't know if that's live or not. I don't know. I forgot to ask that. That was a good question. But we'll do something over there. But I'm going to do that here too and break things down and just really review the year of the Pittsburgh Steelers, what 2024 really was for them. And I'm going to really give a really, really detailed assessment on what the Steelers lacked, what they could have done a lot better, and the things that they did do good. So we're going to take a dive into all of that this week too. This week or weekend, we'll see. So I'm going to do that. So make sure you join us for that. So until tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Peace, my friends. See you on the next one.